you better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. This is going to be numbers that nobody's ever seen before.
What an absolutely crazy day that we have had in the market so far, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys just heard, we have Donald Trump coming out and telling people to go out and buy more shares of stock. The last time that he did that, the markets absolutely skyrocketed. We also received some more details on this new trade deal with the United Kingdom, which we're going to be covering in this video here, and just how important this is, or maybe not necessarily as important as people think it is, and relating that back to what the Fed needs to see in order to take action on interest rates. Now, in addition, we also have some really positive pieces of news here for a lot of everybody's favorite stocks, Palantir, Sofi, and Hims, which we absolutely have to break down in this one as well. So guys, before we get into all of that information, if you guys do enjoy the information and analysis I provide for you guys in these videos here, make sure you go down and hit that like button. Costs you nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot in spreading this information out to as many people who actually want to learn. And again, if you never want to miss another video like this, make sure you guys are subscribed, turn on notifications so you're notified every time these videos do end up getting posted live. And as always, big shout out to all of the members of the private trading community. Less trades, more profits. You guys are absolutely crushing it as usual. Again, I'm running in probably the most insane promotion that I will ever run for this group, guys. It's not just 50% off your first month with code May with the link down below. It's 50% off your first 2 months. Again, you guys get access to both the full-length educational courses, the private live streams every single day, the full watch list of stocks and cryptos that are about to explode before they do, the pre-market plans, the macro research reports, the weekly market research reports, the single stock research reports. Guys, the value in there is absolutely insane. We only have 5-star reviews for a reason. It's only $1 a day right now for your first 2 months. If you're interested, check out that link down below. But let's get into it over here. We should talk first about some of the details here of this trade deal with the United Kingdom, directly from President Donald Trump on his Truth Social account here. New market access for U.S. businesses of about $5 billion. They are expecting tariff revenues with this deal to be about $6 billion. The UK tariffs were 5.1%, now 1.8%. U.S. tariffs now 10%, and they were 3.4% here. So unprecedented access to the UK market. Ethanol, beef, cereals, fruits, vegetables, animal feed, tobacco, soft drinks, shellfish, textiles, chemicals, machinery, and more. Now, when you think about this deal, there are still going to be more negotiations in the future here with the UK. This is not a one-time fixed deal for them. And I also want to put into perspective for you guys kind of how big our trade relationship is with the United Kingdom. U.S. total goods trade with the United Kingdom were an estimated $148 billion in 2024. U.S. goods exports to the UK were about $80 billion. In U.S. goods imports from the United Kingdom totaled about $68 billion. Now, what I think is kind of the most important part here, especially as it relates back to Fed policy, is our imports. $68 billion in 2024. And as we can see over here, imports of goods in the US in 2024 were about 3.3 trillion here. So the UK does not make up a significant percentage of our imports, obviously. China is going to be the big one, Vietnam, a couple of these other countries here. So yes, while this is a very positive development for the market here, and something that we definitely needed to see in order to get us above that Liberation Day zone that we have been talking about time and time again, I would still kind of be a little bit cautious in this market here, guys. We have heard some other additional comments today from Donald Trump that he is very, very ready to make a deal with China, which is definitely a step in the right direction here. But remember, these trade deals take a lot of time to play out. Seeing these negotiations actually generate some positive results in the short term is very, very good, but there are still room for some volatility moving forward here, just to kind of keep everybody's expectations in check. Remember, we do have CPI coming out next week, which is going to reflect April consumer prices, which might end up being a little bit higher here. And again, the Fed needs to start seeing, one, these trade deals, and two, a lot of the inflation data remaining low in order for them to feel more confident in cutting interest rates at some point this summer. Now let's get into why you guys probably clicked on this video in the first place here, talking about these individual names, these tickers that are having some great performance today in some cases, but overall very positive news across the board. The first one, Palantir. Now guys, I mean, there's not much else to say with this one. Even with the incredibly stretched valuations that this one is currently commanding, when you have a leading name like this in the market, a favorite, as kind of outlined by the market here with the performance over the last year and a half, 2 years here, when the market starts to move to the upside, these are typically going to be the leaders, and that's exactly what we're seeing with Palantir today, up 8.7%. At the current time that I'm recording this, again, right around $120 a share here, about an hour-ish before market close. They also initiated a new partnership here today, which is absolutely unbelievable to see as usual. The Joint Commission and Palantir Technologies announced strategic partnership to elevate patient safety and healthcare standards. Again, leveraging AI and advanced data analytics will help us better understand the links between the care process and measured outcomes necessary for a step change in clinical operations and performance. For those of you guys that don't know what the Joint Commission is, the mission of this Joint Commission here is to enable and affirm the highest standards of healthcare quality and patient safety for all. We do this by evaluating healthcare organizations and inspiring them to excel in providing safe and effective care to the highest quality and value. We're trusted by over 24,000 organizations globally to uphold standards that improve patient outcomes. So not only is Palantir helping out in the actual healthcare provider space, but they are also helping out in kind of the compliance or regulatory side of this as well, to make sure that all of the healthcare that is being given out is the highest quality that it actually can be, which obviously is something that we need to have. And this is something that we've talked about with Palantir a lot. What makes this such a great company is that it is not tied down to any one industry. They operate in finance, healthcare, the government sector, defense, so many different industries, and I would go as far to say almost any industry can benefit from the software that Palantir provides. Now, moving on here, let's talk a little bit about Hims before we wrap up this video with talking about some very interesting pieces of news with SoFi. Hims had some interesting news today here, currently up about 3% on the day here. Again, I tweeted this out last night. At this point where Hims is, this is not the time to be buying this one. We are due for a pullback at some point. Again, if you had been paying attention to a lot of the videos that I was making, or if you are in the private community there, less trades, more profits, we were outlining a bullish idea on Hims, really above this $30 area here within this period of consolidation. This is not a point that I would want to buy this one, but we do have some very, very interesting developments this one moving forward, and this initially caused a little bit of a sell-off this morning here, but that selling pressure was easily eaten up here. So Hims & Hers Health announces proposed convertible senior notes offering to accelerate global expansion and utilization of AI in healthcare. Hims & Hers intends to use proceeds from the offering for general corporate purposes, including accelerating global expansion through both organic and strategic acquisitions. That is a very, very important part of this here. When you see companies doing any type of debt or equity offering, what's important about the offering is the reason behind the offering. In this example here, we heard it in Hims' earnings call that they are looking to significantly ramp up their global expansion here, and obviously they're going to need some capital in order to do that. Now, while this could potentially be dilutive here, if we do end up seeing these notes converted down the line, you always have to balance in your mind here the actual net benefit or net detriment of an initiative like this here. So is Hims using this capital to expand globally here in order to expand their business and participate in these strategic acquisitions here? Is that going to increase the strength of their business moving forward? Or is the potential dilutive effects of what they're doing here with this offering going to counteract any of those benefits? In my opinion, this is a big net positive for Hims moving forward here. Now, I do want to wrap up this video here by talking about SoFi. Remember, guys, we've been talking about this post-earnings consolidation setup here. We did see that initial break to the upside here On FOMC day, that's not typically a day that I would look to initiate positions here. We are seeing a little bit of follow through here today, a continuation of this move. And if the overall market holds up, I think we could be right back to that 1390 to 1450 area in the very near future here, just looking technically on the chart. Now, in terms of the news, we do have some interesting things here. Again, I like to shout out this Twitter account here, SoFi_Insider. If you guys aren't following this Twitter account yet and you are a fan of SoFi, make sure that you guys are following this account here. Very, very solid information. SoFi is entering commercial banking with a commercial payments platform, PayPal and Stripe. Look out, SoFi will eat your lunch. The role we are seeking, so this is obviously going to be coming from one of the job posting platforms here. We are seeking an experienced senior staff software engineer to join our SoFi commercial banking team. This is a newly formed division, and a successful candidate will have the opportunity to shape the direction, technical roadmap, and contribute significantly to the payments and bank sponsorship domain. The ideal candidate is a technical and innovative individual contributor who can help guide the overall vision of their team as well as the broader bank organization here. So again, this is more expansion into kind of other different sectors in the fintech space that SoFi is in that can easily lead to more revenue generation and growth for them down the line, which is exactly what SoFi needs in order to kind of grow into the company that we all know that this one can be. So guys, that is going to wrap up this video here. If you guys did enjoy the information and analysis I provided for you guys in this one, make sure you go down and hit that like button. Costs you nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot spreading these videos out. And again, if you never want to miss another video like this, make sure you guys are subscribed, turn on notifications so you're notified every time these videos are posted live. But until next time, guys, I will see you. Peace.